Welcome, listeners, to Embracing Power and Potential, your go-to podcast where we travel through the realms of personal growth, mindset mastery, and fear-conquering strategies to help achieve your greatest desires. I'm your host, Portia, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this transformative experience. If you're ready to unleash your authentic power and elevate your life, you're in the right place. Join me and our special guests as we embark on conversations that will broaden your horizons and enrich your journey. So, sit back and immerse yourself in these unmatched discussions. It's time to expand your mind and your life. Hello, and welcome back to Embracing Power and Potential. As always, I hope you've had a fabulous week, and I am excited to get into today's episode. Before we do, I just want to let you know that episode 2 of the Universal Law series has come out, so definitely go and check that little series out. I've had some very good feedback and reviews of people loving it, so definitely something you don't want to miss out on. And if you are a regular listener or you resonate with this episode, I would also appreciate a 5-star rating, and if you could even share this on your Instagram stories or to your friends and family who might need to hear this, please do, because I'm always grateful and I appreciate that. It just helps me grow my audience and gets the word out there to other people, and all I want to do is help people to think differently about life and, how they can go about life in a different way that is more joyful so people can enjoy the experience, because I believe that's what life's about. So definitely rate the potty, give me a little like, and share it with your friends and family. So let's get into today's episode. And the topic that I am going to dive into is the power of investing in yourself. And we are going to talk financial investments, but also daily lifestyle investments, and different mindsets and beliefs that can come from investing in yourself. Because I do believe that investing in yourself is the most important investment you will ever make. It is going to be the highest return of investment than anything external, because financial or non-financial investments can compound over time, and that creates the quality of your life overall. So if you want a better quality lifestyle, start investing in yourself. Put yourself first. And one thing that I did read in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, great book, all about money and money mindset. But one thing that they did say, and I will dive into this in a minute, is pay yourself first. And they mean that in a financial way. So, when your wages come in, they say pay yourself first, which means put your money aside for investments first before doing anything else. Definitely something that was hard for me to wrap my head around, because I'm like, well, you've got bills to pay, your girl's got, different things that are priorities in life, but future you understands that paying yourself first and then everything comes later pays off, and it compounds, and you're basically paying your future self, is how I look at it. Anyway, I'll dive into the episode and we will come back to that. Firstly, financial investments, because I know that the hot topic everyone loves to talk about is money. So my recent investment, And my biggest investment as of yet was $6,000 that I put into a business coach. And I'm telling you right now, the value that I have got from this, it was 4 months, a 4 month program with a group of women who are also in the beginning. I'm so sorry also about my voice. Obviously I just had a chest infection, so I'm still not 100%, but we're getting these episodes out, we're getting shit done. Going back to what I was saying, I'm not kidding you, this investment was priceless because the content that I learnt, this just being in this space with a group of women who are beginning their own coaching businesses, it was such an elevating time for me, and I really felt heard and understood in a group of people who, you know, are on the same sort of journey and who are doing the things and who get it. And also, my business coach was Samantha Daly. If you don't know, she is manifestation queen. I've listened to her podcast since like about 2 or 3 years now. Absolutely love her. She has inspired me to, you know, become a coach myself and to think about money differently and to actually be confident in, you know, doing the things and doing the work and being different. So I love her, and just being able to actually be in the space with her after, you know, watching her on social media forever. You know, she makes over $1 million a year. She has like over 1 million downloads on her podcast. So, you know, definitely an inspiration of where I want to be in life. And there is one thing that she has always said that definitely stuck with me, was to get in the rooms. Just getting in the rooms with people that are where you want to be will literally raise your vibration, because remember, we are the 5 people that we hang around. So if you're going to hang around 4 rich people, you'll be the 5th. If you want to hang around 4 coaches that own their own businesses and, you know, are successful and do the work and understand, you will be the 5th person. And that's what I did. I invested into not only the content that I actually got out of the 4 month program, but the space that I could be in and the level of growth that allowed me to feel. And I did expand even in just in my own personal development journey, and the way that I feel about money grew even more for me, being in a space of women who invested that amount of money, and some of them even went to invest in her next program, which is top tier, and that's a $20,000 investment for high level coaches. Obviously, I'm just starting out still, so that wasn't actually a fit for me, but definitely something that I am interested in the future. But anyway, that was a big rant, but what I was getting at was how spending $6,000 stretched me in the best way possible, even in doing the things in the modules that she said, reaching out to people constantly, new people, you know, through the DMs, and just doing little things. And those little things grew me so much as a coach. It challenged my mindset in different ways, and I would pay that again in a heartbeat or more, because I know how much I grew as a person just from this. And also stretching the amount of money that I've spent as well made more space for more money to come in, because what I've always said is, you know, the more money I have, the more money I will use for good. And, I'm showing the universe the proof of that, so that money, I know, comes back to me effortlessly. And just to top it off, I pretty much got this course for free from this year's tax return, because being a part of business and education, and it's growing my skills as a business owner and as a coach, it was fully tax deductible. So that is a bonus. And if you are ever investing in yourself or education and courses, for your work, for your business, definitely look into seeing if that may be tax deductible for you too. But either way, I knew that money would come back to me regardless. But that is a very nice little side note that I just wanted to add in. Because putting money into courses and mentors and education obviously accelerates your growth, because you're learning from the people who have already done the things. So this just shortcuts trial and error. You don't have to do everything, because in this course, for example, that I took, this 4-month program, she showed a step-by-step blueprint of everything that she has done to grow her business and to grow her success in the online space. So everything that I could have tried, or, I didn't have to, because she showed me the way. And obviously, there still comes with, you're on your own journey, and different things work for different people as well. But that was definitely a foot in the door to my journey. And I am so grateful and proud of myself for stretching that much and, taking that leap and doing it. And don't get me wrong, I did get a message actually from someone saying, "Oh, lol, you got scammed." And don't get me wrong, there are people out there who are promoting courses and promoting to be mentors, and you may not actually get much out of it. But I knew that this was a trusted source. I've been following her for years. She is an inspiration to me. So, I knew what I was doing, but also do your research before putting large amounts of money into things. Just thought I would preface that, because that is important. And also, what I believe, really makes things work though as well, is the energetic exchange. Because when you pay for something, you pay attention, especially when it is a high level course, or a higher paying sort of course. Sometimes you may pay $100 for a short course. You may be really consistent at it for a week and then just sort of drop off, because $100, it's sometimes just easily forgotten about. Whereas $6,000, I was there, I was showing up. I was doing the things because you paid for that too, so you do want to get the most out of it. And the difference in between spending and investing is that short-term cost. Spending is you get a short-term fix, whereas investing is a long-term gain. So the last thing that I want to say around the financial part of investing is circling back to the start of this episode, when I talked about the book that I purchased, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I read that, I think, at the start of this year, the end of last year. Such a great book. I'll actually put it in the show notes. So I'll put the link in there. So if you want to buy it, you know where to find it, or even get an audio version of it. Because it's all about money mindset and the power of investing. And they say to invest in yourself first, pay yourself first. So what they mean by that is, when you get your weekly income or when you get your income, you pay yourself first. You put, I think it was 20%. I can't remember the exact percentages they said, but paying yourself first, so putting away, money for investments. I think it may have been 20% or 20% for investments, which I do have shares in things. So every week I put my money into there. I actually do that now, but it did take me a while to wrap my head around it, and not actually pay my bills and things first. But obviously don't leave yourself short and don't, not pay your rent because you want to invest all this money into yourself. But in your own means, invest in yourself, then pay, your bills and your everyday needs, saving. And it's only a very small percentage of saving, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just trying to remember what I read, but it was my main point about this, and then leisure was the end part. But my main point is paying yourself first is what they say. So that is something that I do now. And yeah, just something that may be worth your own research with, looking at, how much money your income is every week and what you can do with your money to be smarter and to grow and compound it over time. Even if you're not happy with, the amount that you have at the moment, it's never too late to start growing your financial abundance, and mainly through mindset shifts, really. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent and a half. Let's get into the second part of the episode. Ever feel like you're meant for more, but something keeps holding you back? Maybe you've read the books, set the goals, but deep down, doubt still creeps in. It's not just about working harder, it's about rewriting your mindset for success. I help ambitious young people break past limiting beliefs, step into their power, and create the life they know they are meant for. If you're ready to stop playing small and start living big, book in your free discovery call with me today. My website will be linked in the show notes, or you can find me in my Instagram bio. Embracing Power and Potential Coaching Services. A vision to empower 10,000 young people to create a life they truly desire. All right. Daily lifestyle investments. Investing in discipline and routines, because the small habits, they are the ones that create massive results. You've got gym memberships, wellness practices, investing in healthy and organic food, because this is fueling your body to be your best self. Investing in skincare products, investing in, skincare appointments and facials, because that to me is very important. And, looking youthful and young, but really good skin health does come from your gut health first. So eating healthy and doing the right things is definitely a kickstart. But altogether, I think all of my skincare products that I use daily are like $300 to $500. No, actually around $500 easy, the skincare products that I use, with just my cleanser and retinol and plus my monthly facials that I get. But that's just for me, and everyone is different and everyone's on their own journey. So whatever works for you, but investing in yourself will make you feel better overall as well. And when you invest in yourself, every area of your life improves. Your relationships, your money, your career, and your health. Because when you are investing in yourself consistently, That is you being the embodiment of the person that you want to be. Well, for me, I know it is, because going to the gym, eating healthy, having my facials, time investments, now that is a big one. Journaling, doing the visualizations and the mindset work is basically a growth currency. So it may not be a financial gain in the moment, but overall, really it is, because taking the time to work on your money mindset is just, if not, probably is way more important actually than actually investing the money. The mindset comes first, and then you will have a ripple effect, because you will be raising your vibration and matching the frequency of your desired self, of your best version of yourself. Something that I like to say, and an intention that I like to set, is embodying my favorite version of myself, because it takes the pressure away of trying to be too perfect or trying to, it's just being my favorite version of myself. And that means being the healthiest version of myself, waking up early, having discipline, working out, eating healthy, feeling good, looking good inside, feeling good inside, because then that creates your external reality. Because when you feel good, remember, like we just talked about in the last episode, you raise your vibration and like attracts like. So when you feel good internally, more good feeling experiences will happen externally. So before we end the episode, I'd like to wrap up with some mindset and beliefs. Sometimes, and I know that I used to feel like this, when you're in a scarcity mindset, you're seeing an investment as, losing money or spending money. But that's not the case, because it's an energetic exchange and you're investing in yourself. So if you genuinely believe in that, that will come back tenfold. And, doing the work and doing the embodiment and aligned action with it, not just dumping a whole lot of money into something and going, yeah, now my life's going to be great. That's not how it works. You need, it all corresponds together. But looking at it in an abundance mindset, seeing an investment as planting seeds for future harvest. So don't think of yourself right now, but when you are investing, think of the future you. Think of the version of you that will be able to reap the fruits of the investment. And one thing I do want to say is, often right before you do make a big investment, or even, starting off with smaller investments, fear shows up in money, time, or energy investments. But when that fear does show up, it's because it's uncomfortable and it's unfamiliar. But that's when the biggest growth happens. That means that you are stretching out of your comfort zone, because investing in yourself means growing and evolving as a person on your journey. So just remember that when that fear does start to come up and ripple up inside of you, remind yourself that you are safe. You're a safe space and you can spend money with ease, because you know it's coming back to you and you are using this money for your future self. Or even if you are procrastinating, when you want to use some time and invest your time into some personal development work and you see yourself procrastinating, think of your future self and how it affects your future self. And one thing I love to reframe when you are, going to invest in yourself, whether it's financially or non-financially, asking yourself this question: is this going to cost me more to stay the same than it is going to invest and grow? That is so powerful, because I could have, been thinking $6,000, that could go to, anything, something else, or a holiday or, an experience. But at the end of the day, was it worth staying in that same stagnant energy that I felt like I was in at that time? Or was it worth putting that money in so I can grow and that money coming back in tenfold so then I can have greater experiences in an up-leveled version of myself? So to end this, I just want you to reflect on where you may have been scared to invest and how that has held you back. So what is one way that you can invest in yourself this week? Financially, energetically, or through discipline? And pick one thing, just one thing, and be consistent with it. Because once that one thing becomes a habit, then you can keep adding and growing. But if you are just starting your journey, choose one thing that you can invest in yourself this week and do it. Because at the end of the day, you've got nothing to lose. If you don't do it, things just stay the same. So you lose more when you don't than if you did take that leap of faith to invest in yourself and reap the rewards for that. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you haven't, definitely rate the show 5 stars. Share this on your Instagram stories or send it to a friend. And we will speak in the next episode. Love you so much. Bye for now.